Hey guys, welcome back to the OTR Mechanics channel. My name's Shad, and today we are not working on our 1958 Oldsmobile. So I told you last video we had to rearrange the shop to get some more projects in here, and 3 out of the 4 have arrived. The other one, it's going to be a few more days before it gets here, but that's okay because we have plenty to do with what we got. Let's see. And here we are. Bet y'all wasn't expecting tractors. So, this is kind of a spur of the moment deal here. The same gentleman that owns this also owns these, and he has a large collection of stuff, tractors and cars and hit and miss motors and various interesting things, but he's trying to downsize a little bit. And there happens to be a tractor show coming up here in Perry, Georgia in about 2 weeks. And he'd like to bring these tractors out there and try to sell them, at least show them off. So they haven't ran in, he said, probably 5 to 7 years. Don't know. It's been a while though. They've all been sitting inside. They were all restored at one time, of course, but they have been sitting inside, and they were sitting right beside that car actually. So hopefully the motors aren't stuck and won't be that big of a deal. Anyways, start off with the old yeller in here. I think this is a 1947 by the serial number. It's a I-4 International, 1947 model. 6 volt positive ground tractor. Industrial version. This is I believe it said a 1935 John Deere BO Orchard. Flywheel start. That'll be fun. No key needed. Pretty sweet little tractor. Platform on the back. Got a PTO down there too. Kind of interesting. Hand clutch. High-low 2-speed transmission. Pretty cool. Got the Orchard fenders on it. Yeah, how about that straight pipe? Everybody thinks they're cool nowadays putting straight pipes on stuff. They was doing it back in the 30s, boys and girls. And last but not least, we got a John Deere B model. This is a late model B. I think it's about a 48. It's a foot start. And it's a later one because it's got the gas tank offset from the steering. They used to be centered, and they realized real quick it was real hard to get the gas caps off. So this is a little later one, and it's got a water pump. I think the early ones did not have a water pump. And this one's leaking. So I wish it wasn't a later one. But anyways, that's what we got. Pretty cool stuff. I've never actually driven a 2-cylinder John Deere. Driven a lot of John Deeres in my life. Never a 2-cylinder. So maybe my near future I'll get to change that. Yeah, it's got the old GM alternator on it. Tell you what, GM introduced a few things into the world that'll never be forgotten. One's a small block Chevrolet, and 2 is the GM alternator style. Pretty much every conversion you do to a 12-volt system, generator or 6-volt to 12-volt, use a GM alternator on it. Got another ballast resistor. These things don't like me. We'll see if that one works, and we'll try to mount it up somewhere. But anyways, I don't know where we're going to start. What do y'all think? Oldest to newest? I don't know. This one's definitely the oldest, and I think The International and the B are about the same year model. Just at the glance I took at them getting them off the wrecker, I think the B model is probably going to be the worst off of all of them. Let's see. Probably start with old Yeller here. No battery. I think I got a dead, well, I think I got a 6-volt battery over here. Yeah, I got one right there. Probably dead, hadn't been used in a long time. Little snagger in there. And let's see. We have water. Grab a flashlight. Hey, I see green. Y'all see that? Cool, that's a good sign. I like it. I like it. Slowly remove. They didn't splurge on the hood ornament on these, the big castings, but they did put a little wingo on there for some leverage and visual appeal, I guess. See, our oil is going to be a high-low plug down there. So let's see if we can't get oil everywhere. First thing, I bet they're stuck. In they are. Have to get a wrench. Or some pliers. Pliers work. Do. Bingo. Initiate oil spillage. Maybe not. Yep, there it goes. There she goes. See? She's full. All right, you can quit dripping now. Okay. Get a rag, clean that up in a minute. Let's see, we'll have some points under there that'll probably need to be cleaned. And gas, where's gas go? Buy clean fuel, keep it clean. Words to live by. What's it look like? I can't see. There's a pickup screen down there. Y'all see that? It looks pretty clean. Thing's definitely got some old scale rust in it, but I think maybe I can stick a vacuum cleaner down there and suck all that out. Let's see, does this thing have a key? No keyage. I'm guessing it's a flip switch and kick the button. Industrial tractor, they don't need no key. All right, so let's clean up our oil mess. Right behind me. I think our drip's getting bigger. Hope she quits now. Might have started something. There we go. All right. So I need to go get some gasoline and hook this battery up and see if she bursts into flames. So I'm gonna do that right quick. I'll be right back. So we got us a battery thrown in there. Went ahead and put the charger on it because these 6-volt jobs, even on their best day, they don't like to spin real fast. So, we haven't put any gas in it yet. It's got a sediment bowl in there we're gonna have to take care of before we go dumping a bunch of gas down our throat. First off, we're gonna see if we have any spark. So the battery's hooked up. So we got a magneto right there. I didn't get any direction on ignition or anything, how anything works on this tractor, but I do know we got a yellow wire right here. And if you follow it around, we got a yellow wire coming to this switch right here. So I can only assume that's our ignition. Could be completely wrong, but we're gonna find out. Dad jammed a spark tester in here. And then he's gonna hit the button down there and see if we get any spark in there.
Good.
Yeah. Hey, wait, you might have had a tinge of a flash. Do it again. Nothing. Okay. So, figured that was going to be the case. Uh-oh. Snatch its cap off. See what we're working with. That cap is well used. Can y'all see how bad that thing's worn off the side there? Is at an angle? Huh. Well, I'm gonna unhook that battery. Or kill the ignition at least. Okay. All right, I'm gonna dig into this thing, see what I can find. All right, we got the cap off of it. Dad's taking the base plate off the mag. We're gonna slide her out and see what these points look like. Turn the ignition on.
Oh, you can.
See if it breaks. Okay. Yeah. Don't hear nothing.
Don't see nothing.
Looks pretty clean in there otherwise.
Yeah, it does.
A little corrosion goes a long ways though. All right, we got our points filed. We got a cap put back on. The spark tester plugged back in. Kick this dude over, see if she lights up any.
Ready?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pull this out.
Push it in, keep it in.
Keep it in. All right, ready?
Yep. Pull it out. Pull it out. Pull it out. All right. All right. We got fire. So out is out's what we need. Hell, pull it out and hit her with a shot. We don't have the fuel system hooked up yet. See if she pops one time. I wanted to run it on 3 cylinders.
Yeah. Get all disgusted and shit right now.
Yeah, if she wants to bust off, then we'll clean out this fuel tank and on the table over there. Everyone knows.
Fall a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
She don't like it. And it was out. Was it out with fire?
Out with fire.
Well, we had it shut off. Let's shut it back on. Hey, how about that? Makes a difference when you got the ignition on. All right, so now we know.
Hey.
Sounded good. I'm gonna turn this back off. Boop. So now we know our tank has some flaky rust in it. We need to try to vacuum as much of that out as we can. The strainer looked good and it's completely dry, but we need to get all the rust out. And then before we put fuel in it, we need to take that fuel bowl off and clean her over real good. Go from there. Yeah, don't look good, does it?
Good.
Like I
A
said,
little shot down in there.
I already took a video of it down in there. It looks pretty rough. Strainer looked good though. Yeah, we're gonna clean this tank out, clean that sediment bowl out, and see if we can get some fuel to run down to this carburetor. Well, I got dinner cooked and everybody fed. Dad cleaned this tank out for me. I'm gonna pull this sediment bowl off before I put any fresh gas in her. She's pretty stuck. Huh, okay. Well, it's supposed to just pop off. I bet I can break it. Let's see if I can tap her loose and drop it at the same time. Come off. Huh. Feels like it's plastic. Oh, here we go. Good stuff. And it is plastic, so somebody's obviously dropped it before. All right. A little brake clean in her. Brake clean and plastic don't go too well together, so I don't want to get too overzealous with it. Some thick stuff though. I think it's actually Stay-Bill. If you mix gasoline and Stay-Bill and leave it for a long, long time, it turns into red goo. Looks a lot like that. I bet she won't just stay up there like she was, hey? Maybe she will. Well, she ain't perfect, but she's exactly as clean as she's gonna get. All right, got her back on now. There's a petcock on this, so I'm going to, there is a petcock, but it doesn't feel like it really does much of nothing. Just kind of spins and wiggles. So that's good. I'm gonna go and put gas in it. See if it pours out everywhere. See how much stuff we have floating. It don't look bad. So now, let's see. Well, when they painted this thing, they spray painted the sediment bowl too, so don't know if I'm gonna be able to see if it gets fuel in it or not. Let's turn our petcock and see if it does anything. Yeah, looks like it's got a little bit dropping in there. Okay, so we got fuel flow in the bowl. Now, being that the tank was dry and the petcock was shut, best I can tell, maybe this carburetor doesn't need to be taken apart and cleaned out. So we got fuel in a bowl, don't look like it's leaking nowhere. Got inline filter, I'm gonna check, see if we have fuel flow here at the carburetor. If y'all ever come across the bolt that's already half rounded off, make sure you use a crescent wrench and finish it all the way. Like this one. All right, so we've had a battery on bowl for about 4 hours. We know we got a little bit of gas at least. I already checked the oil when y'all wasn't looking. We got coolant in her. We know we got spark, so she should crank. We'll see what happens. Ignition's on. Got her neutralis. None of our gauges seem to work. Let's hit it. Give her a little choke. Choke off. A little more choke. Let's give her a hair throttle. See gas leaking like the devil. That ain't a good sign. I need something hard. That'll work. So gas pouring out the carburetor, obviously isn't good. But a lot of times that's indicative of a stuck float. And sometimes a little motivation, one sticker. See if that did anything. Contact. So we got oil pressure. At least that gauge works now. That's a good thing. Water temp. We'll see if it comes up, but that's good to see. Don't see nothing leaking anywhere. Yeah, our amp meter's shaking around, so that's good. Give her the beans and see what she does. Kind of what I figured, flooding out. Sure don't like the throttle. Try it one more time. Uh-oh, we lost the battery connection too. See how hot these are. Not too bad. Seem to have lost battery power to our ignition. I wonder if our switch gave up.
Should have, because the switch is power in the back.
When I push it, I hear just a little click, and then nothing. So, I wonder if our starter button gave out. Well, our button did give up. We ohmed it out, and it has no continuity with the button pushed, so that's why she won't start. But hey, I got a new one. So I got my ignition turned on. I'm just going to bypass that button altogether and put a hot lead from the battery to the starter. My ignition's on. Hey! All right, so she's running, but she won't take the gas very well. So what we need to do is pull the carburetor off, take it apart and clean it out. But we ain't gonna do that. What we're gonna do is some Johnson outboard engine tuner. Now, this is like a super high powered carburetor cleaner. And sometimes if you got a sticky jet plugged up idle circuit or even a sticky float, sticky needle, this stuff right here will clean it right on up with it running, no disassembly required. So we're gonna let it drink a little bit and just see what happens. We'll pull this intake tube off. I'm gonna skeet a little bit of this in there while it's running. It's gonna go to coughing and smoking like hell, and maybe she'll clear up. She did that because I bumped the choke on it. Now you don't want to choke it down to the point where it shuts off. You just want to put a little bit in there at a time and let it drink on it a little bit. That's what you don't want to do. Where'd my starter go? Got a little bit in her. She don't like it. All right. She don't like it at all. Try one more time. She just won't take no throttle at all. All right, well, carburetor's gonna have to come off. So let's do that. Shut this fuel off, pull this thing off, and we'll get it on the bench and see what we got. Now I know somebody out there was looking at the TV going, man, this guy's crazy, when I was talking about the old Johnson Evinrude. But what I did was, instead of pulling the carb off, I pulled the high and low needle out of it and the air fuel mixture. Put a little catch can underneath her and started at the high, the idle circuit, and filled that carburetor up with this stuff and just let it run through with all the plugs out. Did that 2 or 3 times. And this is what we got out of the carburetor. Not good. But once we did that, we got a little better fuel flow, and I buttoned her all back up. Now, I don't know the initial carb settings for this thing, so I just eyeballed it, and let's see what happens. Got my ignition on, got my starter. It's not puking gas out of it anymore. Still need a fine tuner. But better than it was. Once it warms up good, it's dark, it's nighttime now, but tomorrow, once it gets, well, tomorrow I'll drive it outside, let it warm up good, then I'll really be able to adjust the carburetor to get it like it needs to be. But that's a whole heck of a lot better than it was. I didn't have to take the carburetor off, and don't discount Johnson Evinrude tune. It's good stuff. Let's see if she'll take the gas now. Good. I can live with that. So she's a little smoky, and I might be able to get some of that out with the air fuel mix once it warms up. But she's also a 1948, so you know, I didn't pull the plugs. I don't know how good they are. I don't plan on it. She runs good. Seems like she runs good. I'm gonna tune that thing up a little bit better tomorrow and see if I can get me a button starter since we fried that one. And I think she'll be good to go. So she needs a bath, she needs a button start, and fine tune on the carburetor. And we can take her to the show. That's a pretty good day's work. That's all we're going to do today. Tomorrow, we're going to hop on our old B.O. John Deere right here. See if we can't get her to light off too. Till then, thank y'all for watching. Appreciate everybody liking and subscribing. Y'all have a good day.